But you know, you're going through a lot of emotional things. I mean, selling or buying a house is the most emotional purchase or sale you're ever going to make in your life.
So you mean you might be emotional and need a real estate
A
therapist?
real estate. Well, and you're on the couch here, Dylan.
Yeah, there you go.
But you know, it is very emotional, and people get really wrapped up in it. So like when you're dealing, like I was a huge REO broker for about 10 years. And I worked with one of your associates often, Tom Schrey. So, you know, when you're dealing with distressed property owners, you're dealing with a high level of stress. And like by the time I was knocking on their door back in 2010, 12, whatever, they already stopped looking at all their mail. You know, it was that had passed already. They already knew where they were at, what's happening. And I'm knocking on the door just to put them at ease a little bit and say, hey, no one's going to come and kick you out of your house. That's not how it works here. How do you handle that when you're working with a distressed property owner based on the obvious individual situation?
I think, you know, at the end of the day, they got a million things going on. And so, and they're vulnerable too, right? I think that's like one of the most,
and they feel vulnerable.
And they feel vulnerable, which I think is like one of the most challenging things. And so, you know, we do a lot of training at Property Pals and make sure that the people that are talking about these different types of programs really understand them. And so I think that's something that when we go and you know, consult with the seller and listen to their situation, we're able to say, okay, based on what you've shared with me, I think that this would probably be the best route. This is why, this is how it works. And then this is how long it takes. So, I mean, you know, coming back to your guest last week, it's really about expectation setting. Right. So when you come in through the door, set those expectations, it makes a world of difference. And that's whether you're selling an emotionally distressed house or, you know, raising children. I mean, it's all about, you know, setting.
It's a lot easier selling a